morning, weird chickens.
Molly Wobbles, what are you doing in there? Are you trying to go to the bathroom? Allison will have a fit if you pee in her garden.
Yeah, some food stuff, guys. So far, the weird chickens have absolutely loved living in the garden and spending time here.
But we're gonna start putting our plants in this weekend, so they're gonna have to find a new place to stay very soon.
Oh, Ginny's checking out the house. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna want to hang out in there too much there, sweetie. Mostly just plastic and chicken poop. Good morning, large white farm dogs.
Hi, Abby. Hi, Toby. Yeah, it's a picture-perfect spring morning here on the farm. It's 40 degrees right now, but it should get up to be about 65 today.
How's my Macho Man doing, huh?
Abby, you gonna say hi to Macho Man? Yeah, you guys like each other. Good boy, Macho Man. Okay, but no time to dawdle. We got a lot of work to do today.
Come on, Toby. Please don't pee on my tractor bucket. All right, you can pee on the garden fence.
All right, let's go, guys. Come on. So you guys might notice that we have a whole bunch of hay bales over here. That's because over the next couple days, I'm gonna be mulching the entire bird area, and I like to use the old hay that I don't feed my cattle. I feel like it makes sense on a couple of levels. Like number one, I like to overbuy for hay so I'm never running short in the winter months. And now that I know that I don't need hay now until probably October, I'll only keep a couple of hay bales on hand just in case. The bales whose plastic might have gotten ripped or didn't look too good, or actually I think one or two of these is even 2 years old. Like all of that stuff makes like a perfect bedding medium to put down here on the bare ground. One of my goals on the farm this year is to actually try to improve the quality of the ground in this area. It's gotten beaten down pretty hard by bird pressure over the last couple of years, and so I'm gonna be doing some things to revive it. All of those things start by adding good mulch, and hay makes for a great mulch. All right, let's see how these guys are doing. Morning, little guys. How's everybody doing? Yeah, our oldest goslings have suddenly made the transition in the last 2 days from cute little fluff balls to they've gone into dinosaur mode. You'll also notice that they have their adult watering situation now. Yeah, you guys are doing really well. You're getting very big, very healthy. I haven't lost a single one of these guys. They're all doing really good. Well, just so you know, you guys, you're gonna have some new roommates coming by the end of this video. And no, one of those roommates is not gonna be Abby. Abby, you're doing a good job. This is good. This is good behavior. All right, I'll leave you guys to do your thing. But yes, we will be checking back in with them a little bit later in this video, and they're getting some new roommates. Would you guys look at Toby Dog? He seems ready to go greet his birds. He always loves to wait right by the door first thing in the morning. Morning, birds! So we're getting to the point where the birds will be moving out of the hoop coop probably in the next week, maybe 2 weeks if it takes me that long. Probably the next week. I'm gonna get them out of here. I'm gonna clear this space out, and I'm gonna start planting it with some food stuff that they'll eat come the fall. And so yes, we will be releasing the quacking out that back door, and they won't be coming back here until, I don't know, probably late October, early November. Good morning, girls. How are you doing, Artie Bucco? I see you there, Phil Leotardo. Don't think I forgot about you, little Polly Dramani. I'll feed you guys in a couple minutes. I'm just gonna feed the birds to them. Having the birds on one side and the pigs on the other has definitely formed this incredible rivalry. As I've said before, it's basically Angry Birds in real life. They know that when they see me out here that it means food's coming very soon. That's why they get so excited. All right, let's pour some fresh water for the birds. So I've been experimenting with a new watering station for the birds, something that's mobile and works with my hydrant system that I have running all through the farm. I mean, it's not all that fancy, it's just a collection of hoses and switches. So I can just flick some switches and turn on water and get the water out to their various watering containers that I have. Also, having the water flowing very easily like this makes it nice and simple to clean out their water receptacles so they don't get too gross and too muddy. But of course, this is duck water, so it's never gonna be super clean either. I've also gone back to trying to use the pools. It's all part of my plan to have like a good mobile watering setup, which will probably be a whole future video unto itself. Yeah, Abby, that's why we don't get into the goose's business. You look at those tadpoles. They're
getting bigger and bigger. They're just about ready to come up on land. Pretty interesting, isn't it?
What's the matter, guys? Something got your attention? Oh, it's just the work they're doing over there. So yeah, when I talk about having the birds go out and free range in the pasture, what I mean is I'll be sending them out through there so that they end up going up the hill into the permaculture orchard where they'll spend most of their summer. And I'll pretty much exclude them from the area that I'm standing in right now to let this whole pasture rest and recover. You know, when I was setting up these poor man's gates, the intention was that I could just like flip one of these open and let the birds run right through it. And then it would be very easy for me to be able to bring them back in when all is said and done. And what I'm finding more and more with my farm is that rest and recovery is just as important as anything else you can do if you want to be taking good care of your land, and particularly making sure your animals don't stay in one spot for too long is super, super important. Oh yeah, look, we got more duck eggs there, Abby. You're still hanging out in there, huh? You're gonna have to move out when everybody else does. If nothing hatches, you're done. That goes for you too, girl.
Yeah, I know. It's been a tough spring for you.
I feel bad for her. She's been trying so hard. I don't know. It just probably isn't right.
What are you doing, girl? Yeah, leave those eggs alone. I don't want you trying to form a nest. Yeah, we do have 2 fresh goose eggs here.
My goose egg production's dwindled significantly. I think in the last week I've only gotten about 5 goose eggs, and so I've stopped trying to hatch new gooses. So far I've had 2 Gosling classes hatch, and I have 3 more weeks of hatching, and so there's actually another batch that should be hatching, I don't know, a couple of days. But very soon I'm gonna be shifting from hatching goslings to hatching chicks.
Hey Barbara, some of your babies are gonna be coming back to the farm too. You and Carmen. These are actually 2 of my oldest chickens. So we got Carmen over here, we got Barbara over here.
They were from the batch of chickens, not the first batch that I hatched out myself, which was the class with Margie the murder chicken, but they were the ones that came the year afterwards.
And so that's where Carmen and Barbara still are.
I actually still have a fair amount of the birds from that batch. And I mean, that was a while ago. That was the summer of 2020. And so it's funny how time flies. Yeah, you know, from that class of chicks, you know, we had General Washington and Alexander Hamilhen, who are both no longer with us. We also had Shakira the chicken, who sadly is no longer with us. But then from that class, the New Hampshire Reds that we still have, as well as the Barred Rocks that we still have, as well as Barbara and Carmen and Pingu. A lot of those chickens are still running around the farm. And I guess probably by rights they should be retired because most of those girls are past their peak laying, but I don't know. I kind of like having them around. They're birds with a heck of a lot of character. That's not to say that I don't retire other hens, and like, so for example, the batch of hens that I hatch out here on the farm, probably most of those will be here for about 2 or 3 years and then get retired. And by retired, I mean they turn into stewing hens and end up on a dinner table. But every so often when a chicken has a lot of pluck and character, I like to keep them around. And I know people are probably gonna roast me in the comments for being too soft-hearted, but hey, that's how I am. You guys investigating the smells? Yeah, there's gonna be a heck of a lot of compost that we have in here to clean out as well before we plant all the pumpkins and other good stuff in here.
Good morning, girls. How are you doing? Yeah, don't think I forgot about you just because you're not always first. You usually like to sleep in, I know. Here, well, I got some eggs that were rejected when we were doing prep for packaging. So you can have one of those, and one of those, you can have one of those. They love to eat the eggs. It makes them so happy. I know. But don't worry, that's just an appetizer. Because I also have a whole bunch of spent brewer's grains. I know, you love this, don't you, Phil? Here you go. Enjoy that, you guys. And yeah, the pig trough is actually working out
Really well, so I'm very pleased with how that whole situation turned out.
I mean, as you can see here, it's not like any of the grass needs mowing around here. They really are doing a good job cleaning up in around this area. And, you know, I know some folks were concerned about the rock wall, but that has not presented a problem at all. I do walk through here once a day, just checking the fence to make sure that there's no vegetation really growing up against it or anything like that. Like, here, let me pull this weed right here. Don't want to create problems. Or, oh, looks like we got a stick touching this. Don't want that. Don't want that. But for the most part, this has been working out really, really well.
I know one comment I have consistently gotten from you guys over and over and over again is people terrified of my pigs getting attacked by wild animals, because this fencing very much is designed to keep the pigs in, not keep the predators out. But honestly, here's the reality of the situation.
When it comes to my pigs,
they are now larger than coyotes. They are now larger than the bobcats in our area. And so I don't have a ton of fear of those animals. Like, yeah, a pack of coyotes could come here and do that, but the amount of chaos that would be created by the guard dogs being here really does deter the coyotes. And I know for some folks who are like longtime viewers of our channel and probably get sick of hearing me say this over and over again. A livestock guardian dog, when they're doing their job, what they're doing is not fighting
or protecting your animals by sort of like confrontation. What they're doing is creating an intimidating protective bubble around your property and really suggesting to those predators that if they want to try to come here to get a meal, they're going to be at significant risk to themselves. And for a wild animal, they don't really want to take the risk of getting injured. It's like one of those things that they're very, very cautious about, and they are pretty gosh darn respectful about when it comes down to it. Yeah, see, a little bit of grass that I got to kick away here. Other than that, it's all good. And so, yes, this does not mean I'm 100%, and I don't want to sound like I'm getting cocky or arrogant about all this, but I'm also not significantly concerned with the pigs right here, nor am I concerned as I move them further up this hill in that way, because again, they're going to be right up against the fence where the dogs are. And so the combination of pigs being pretty difficult and intense animals unto themselves, as well as the fact that we got the dogs, really doesn't make this an attractive target for a coyote or a bear. Doesn't mean it's impossible, just not attractive. And so, yeah, that's why you guys don't see me sweating it nearly as much as you might think. Would you look at this? They have kicked up quite the moonscape in this area. Like, this whole area used to be just a thicket of weeds and brush and like scrub like this stuff. And yeah, now I could probably just come in here, rake it a little bit with my tractor, and I can just drop some grass seed down and we'll have some nice pasture. Of course, I come out here every day. It feels like the pigs are turning up new garbage that was dumped over here. Like, I have no idea where this cord came from or what's the deal with this ancient plastic. Oh, look, it's like buried underneath the water trough. But yes, I just keep collecting more garbage because the pigs keep identifying and helping surface all that garbage, so good for them. Yeah, what's that, Phil? You got a lot to say today, huh? I already told Dr. Iaconis to call the pharmacist. Looks like Bonnie and Belinda need some fresh water. This becomes a very easy job when you have the right tools set up here. And when you look at that, we got water. So I'll just give that a couple minutes to fill, and then they will have all the water they need for at least the next day, if not two. I usually do it once a day. I like to give them fresh water. Now you might be wondering, well, where are they? Because we can't see them up here, and they are confined up here to the permaculture orchard right now. You know where the cows are? Can you tell me where the cows are, sweetie? Huh? You know where they are? All right, come on, Abby, let's go check on our cattle. In you go, sweet stuff. So yes, life on the upper pasture continues to be very good for the cattle. And I gotta say, I truly appreciate being able to do the daily grazing with these guys. It just makes me so happy. I've been moving them once a day usually, just because like when I come up here to try to do a twice a day move, they don't seem like they've eaten enough. But uh-oh, what's this? Amanda, hug and kiss, what are you doing? All the other cattle are in their space, but you're in the wrong spot. What happened here, Amanda? Did you jump the fence? Is that what happened here, girl? Looks like I did just in time to move their water trough. I've been using these smaller water troughs because I find that they usually drink about this much in a day, and so I don't waste any water, or barely any water, when I have to move them. Ooh, I'm gonna turn off this fence. Just zap myself. I have to negotiate a way to get Amanda back inside. I'll do that in a moment. First, we're gonna move our other girls to fresh pasture. You remember, Amanda didn't do the daily grazing with us. She came to the farm just as the cattle were going into their winter area back, I think in November. And so she hasn't had the luxury of doing the daily moves like all the other girls have. But you can see that, yeah, with 24 hours, they actually did a pretty good number on this spot. You know, grass is all cut down, but not too much. You can see there's plenty of manure spread around. Flies are dropping eggs. But you can see here, right? Pretty much just a straight line from where they could graze. Some of them like to reach their neck underneath and eat. What do you think of Anna Green Gables? Feeling good to you? Hey, cows! Come on, cows! Fresh grass, come on! Hey, cows! Fresh grass, fresh grass! Of course my boss cow knows to go. Come on, girls. Anne's gonna be the first one across the finish line today. Hey, cows! Come on, cows! How's it going, sweetie? Good to see ya. You can tell she's shedding. Like her coat is getting so much thinner. Oh no, don't poop on my phone! That's a mom about to drop a bomb, and I like set my phone up to like capture the wide worm's eye view of the cattle walking through, and she almost just pooped right on my phone. That would have been bad. Amanda, come on, come down this way. I know everybody went over there. Come on. This is gonna be a pain in the neck. Just watch. What I want to do is, Amanda, come on. open this side up, let her go in this way. But this is why right now it's so important to have that perimeter fence, because my experience has been when you do polywire grazing, you're gonna have situations where cattle's escape. And so you're best off having a plan for how you're gonna get them back in place and making sure they don't go too far. Yeah, see, I should have maybe opened that hole earlier, but I was worried the other cattle would go through it. Come on, Amanda, back the other way. Let's go. Yep, you know which way to go. Keep going, that way. Nope. Amanda, what are you doing to me, girl? All right, well, you do you then. Give her a little time to figure her situation out. I don't know what we're gonna do with her, Abby. Now we'll move the water trough over. I already had my hose set up right here, ready to go. And how are you girls doing? Yeah, you're still missing your moms and wish you could be on the other side of the fence? I know. Well, unfortunately, that's gonna be not the case. You're gonna be separate this year. That's just the way it's gonna work. I do feel a little bit bad for them, but I don't know. It's what needs to be. And essentially what we have here is kind of like a, I don't know, it's almost like fence line weaning, except they're just sort of slightly separated from the herd, but they have the two of each other. Abby, please don't get playful with our cattle. Abby's actual natural instinct always seems to be to herd the cattle together. And so that's what she's trying to do with those two. She's wondering why they're not with everybody else. You wanna help me bring Amanda back into the fold? Scoot yourself that way, princess. All right, Amanda, I'm gonna let you rejoin your fold. Come on, come on, let's go. Rejoin your other cattle, come on. There we go, good girl. Ariel, can you watch out for her? She's a little bit of a troublemaker. There you go, Amanda. Back inside with everybody else. There, let me close this off. Thanks for the help there, Abby. You were actually a very good assistant. There we go, now we have everything in good order. Just the sound of birds chirping and cattle munching grass. Very, very soothing for the soul. An Abby dog rolling around in cow crap. Yeah, you got busted, girl. Good morning, little ones. How are you guys doing, huh? Good to see ya. You're getting so big already. I think it's officially time to move you out into the regular brooder with the big birds. You think you're ready for that? Yeah, it sounds like you're ready for that. Plus, I gotta get this area cleaned up and ready for the next batch of hatching. All right, come with me, you guys. Welcome to the outdoors, little ones. I know, it's quite the shock, huh? I distracted the barn cats with food because I knew that they'd be all too interested in these little guys. All right, let's get you into the brooder. Nice sunshiny day though, so I think you'll be enjoying this. Hey dogs, do you want to inspect the goslings? All right, I'll let you do that. Abby, good behavior. Be on good behavior, come on. Don't get too close. Good girl, Abby, good girl. Yes, they're gonna nip at you just like their parents do. So remember what you saw earlier today, Abby? This is the product of that. All right, come on, inside. All right, you're gonna go meet your new brothers and sisters. Hey guys, got some new roommates for you. Okay, little guys, we're gonna bring you in. Huh, that's pretty funny. They actually immediately went for their older brothers and sisters. So I've done this now a couple of times where I've mixed the younger birds with the older birds. And if they're relatively close in age, like these guys are a little bit more than a week apart, I think it works well. I think the couple things to be careful of if you ever consider doing it is, number one, make sure the baby birds are at least 3 or 4 days old. Like brood them inside maybe for a day or two like I do before you bring them out. It just gives them a chance to like let their bodies wake up and make sure that they don't get trampled or something. And then once that happens, you'll see that these guys will form a pretty cohesive flock pretty quickly. I think the more interesting thing is going to be what happens a week from now when the older guys get even bigger and I get another batch of goslings that are going to be about this same size. I got to figure out what I'm going to do there. I don't know. But really for the most part, I enjoy doing this and having a mix like this. And it's fun to see all the goslings you have on the farm. Hi. Hi. How's everybody doing? Good to see you all. Yep, this is my daily visit. I'm just coming in here and hanging out with you.